everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. There's one question that I find popping up time and time again. I get a lot of you girls asking me what shoes I would recommend, what designer shoes I would recommend, what heels are comfortable, what are my least favourite shoes, and what I kind of regret buying. We all know the deal with my louboutins, so I'm not really going to include those in this. We all know that louboutins are torture, we all know that we're never going to buy another pair again, and that's that. But I wanted to delve into my shoe collection a little bit more and pick out two of my best shoes and two of my worst, and tell you exactly why that is. So hopefully you guys are going to find this video really informative, and also it might help you whenever you're thinking about buying a new pair of shoes, or you just want to know what shoes are worth spending your money on. But before I get into it, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below because I'm doing 2 videos a week and I'd really love to see you back here for more. But let's get into it. Now, I'm not going to kick things off with a negative, so I'm going to start with a pair of shoes that I'm glad that I bought, and then I'm just going to alternate through to make it fair, and also I don't want to overbear you with any sort of like negative thoughts on shoes because nobody needs that in their life. I just want you guys to be able to make informed decisions when you next go shopping. So I'm going to kick things off with my GIANVITO Rossi Plexi heels, and these are the black leather with the plexi sides, and I'm not quite sure on the heel height, but I just went for the highest ones that were available. I bought these shoes in a size 38 and they retail for £495. These ones were a Valentine's Day gift from Ali, and you've probably already seen them in my shoe collection, but I wanted to delve into more detail about them and tell you guys exactly why I love them. Honestly, when I first saw them, I did not like them at all. I was certain that this plexi part made them look cheap and a little bit tacky, and I just never thought I would see the day when I actually wanted a pair. I'm not a huge fan of all of the different colourways. Possibly a nude pair would be nice to have in my collection, but what I was really after was a sort of modern twist on the classic black stiletto, and this shoe is definitely that. When you're actually wearing the shoes, this area here kind of looks invisible, so your legs are really elongated right down to the toe tip and they just flatter your legs so much. The only thing that I will say is when you put them on, you may need to use some form of lubrication, vom, because this is very rigid, and it used to feel like it was kind of like cutting my feet when I was trying to get them on. So now I just pop the tiniest amount of moisturiser on my feet just to slide them in, and I always find this works really well with heels to make your feet slide into them perfectly so you're not like catching any of your toes and they're not uncomfortable. But obviously you have to use a really small amount because you don't want to damage the leather on the inside, and also you don't want your foot to be sliding around all night in them. So aside from these being so flattering on your legs, they are also really comfortable, and I can confidently say that they are so comfortable. I have worn these so much, and there was only one time when I ever had a problem with them, and I think that it was because I'd already got a blister on my foot from another pair of shoes, and I think the sort of delicate skin where it had already been damaged got caught and just pulled off from the plexi because it obviously sticks to your skin, and that's the only problem I've ever had with them. So they're flattering, they're comfortable, and also they wear really well. I've worn these so much, like I can't even count how many times I've worn these now, and they still look just as good as the day that I bought them. There's not even any scuffs on them. There's no scuffs to the leather on the heel, which is one of my pet peeves when it comes to heels. They have just worn so well, and they've still got so many more wears in them as well. They're also really versatile, so you can wear them with dresses, you can wear them with jeans, you can wear them with leather trousers, shorts, skirts. They kind of look good with everything because they're obviously that sort of classic shape and they're really flattering on your legs, so they're really versatile and you can wear them with pretty much anything. And I actually think that £495 is a really good price for heels, especially nowadays because they're expensive. You get so much wear out of them, the cost per wear just works out as like nothing. So if I was ever going to recommend a pair of sort of classic but modern heels, it would definitely be these GIANVITO Rossi Plexis. So if you're on the lookout for a pair of sort of classic black stilettos but you want something a little bit different, I would definitely suggest these because you're going to get to wear them, they're going to go with so much in your wardrobe, and they're not going to break the bank too much on the grand scale of designer shoes. So yeah, these are a firm favourite and have always been a firm favourite in my wardrobe. So next up, we're going to do the first pair of shoes that I'm not so glad that I bought, basically. That's putting it nicely. And I'm not sure whether this one's going to shock you. Basically, it is the AQUAZZURA Christy flats. I'm gutted that they are in this category. Believe me, I never thought that they would be. But I bought these in Selfridges about 2 months ago, and I don't think I wore them for the first month, I'd say. Just because the weather wasn't there, even though the weather's not really there now because I'm looking out of my window and it's raining. These retail for £415 and I got them in a size 37.5. So it warmed up for a little bit a few weeks ago and I finally got to pull these out of my cupboard and wear them, and I decided to wear them with a pair of denim cut-offs to begin with. Initially I was like, these are so nice and comfortable, and I just walked around London in them all day and I was really, really happy. I've probably worn these, I'd say, a further 10 times since that day, and I kind of feel like they look really tired, like really tired. And I think that possibly these AQUAZZURA Christy flats are not designed for feet as wide as mine, because I think they just kind of destroyed them. But to look at them, you would never think that that's the case, and that was kind of why I bought them. I thought there's going to be room for my really wide feet in them and they're going to be really comfortable, but it's not really been the case, and I just think that they look really tired after like 10 wears. Now don't get me wrong, I am a massive fan of AQUAZZURA shoes and I love them and I will purchase more. There's a pair of the Wild Thing heels that I have got my eye on at the moment, but these ones have just kind of let me down a little bit. Like, I still wear them a lot, but when I look down, I'm just a bit like, oh, you were once so pretty and now you just kind of aren't. So yeah, for £415 for a pair of flats that now look quite tired and like I've worn them day in, day out for the last year is a little bit of a disappointment. So I would definitely say that if you have wide feet, these may not be the shoes for you. These may be better suited to people with lovely, long, slender feet and not fat, flat flippers like mine. Next up, I've got probably one of the most iconic shoes of our generation. It is the Valentino Rock Stud and it's the heels. I've also got the flats, but the heels made the cut. Now, I got a lot of second opinions before I actually took the plunge and bought these shoes. I spoke to Amelia, I spoke to Josie, and lots of other girls about these shoes because I just wasn't sure, and all of them said the same thing, that they were so comfortable. And I was like, really? I mean, the flats aren't that comfortable. I can't really see these being any more comfortable than the flats. Well, I was wrong. These are far more comfortable than the flats that I have of these, and I am so glad that I bought them. They retail for £620 and I got these ones in a size 38. I decided to get them in the Patent Nude shade, and I also got the handbag to match, and I was going to go with the matte version, but everyone said that they didn't wear as well and the matte version of the shoes scuffed a lot more, so I decided to go with these ones. And I'm really glad that I did because the bag I can see is going to be quite a delicate bag, whereas these I can wear a lot more freely, I don't have to worry so much, and they just always look good, like they're still in immaculate condition. So the first thing I want to note is that there's obviously a lot of studs on these, so I was worried that there was going to be like pressure points inside of the shoe, but there isn't at all. There's no pressure points when it comes to around my feet or the sort of bony bits along the side. I don't get any pressure points whatsoever. They're also really secure. Now, this fastening around your ankle is a godsend. You can wear them with confidence, you know that they're not flapping around, you know that they're not going to slip off. These really do secure them onto your feet, and I really think that that is a key part of the design of these shoes that makes them so comfortable. They're also really lightweight and a lot lighter than I expected them to be. Some shoes, which I'm going to show you in a minute, are so heavy that you kind of feel like you're dragging your feet across the floor. These ones are just feather light and just an all-round great shoe, and the really good thing about these is they have so many different accessories, handbags, purses, clutches that you can sort of add to the collection to really change up the look. And you don't have to go for this all nude style, because this sort of nude trim is seen kind of throughout a lot of the Valentino Rock Stud accessories. So if you see a bag that's like black but it's still got the nude trim, it really complements the shoes really nicely. So they're really fun to play with and you can get loads of different accessories for them. So I think that's really cool about them as well. Also a wide range of colours, so whether you like really bright colours or whether you're like me and you play it safe pretty much all the time, then they've got the nude and the blacks, and the blacks with the silvers, and there's just so many different variations. These are obviously a quite expensive shoe for £620. You really do have to put that sort of emphasis on designer shoes. Like for me, an outfit isn't complete without a good pair of shoes, and especially with how iconic these are, I kind of felt like they were a real addition to my wardrobe, so I'm really glad that I bought them. I'd say that right now these are probably the most comfortable heels that I've ever owned, and that is a bold statement. And finally, we have the pair of shoes that broke my heart. I'm not sure what the actual name of these shoes are, but they are from the Dior runway, and the moment that I saw them, I fell in love with them. They were almost ugly, but so beautiful in the same respect. I just can't even explain these shoes, but I tried them on in Dior and I was just like, I love them. I honestly love them. And I guess my love of them just voided all reason in my head, and I bought them there and then for like £750. For some reason I got them in a 5.5 as well, a 38.5, which I don't ever usually get heels, so I'm guessing that the sales assistant was really good at his job. Obviously £750 is like an obscene amount of money for shoes, but these are pretty special. Special in the fact that they're really pretty and they are almost not wearable. I'm going to show you what they look like on the inside at the moment. They look like a hot mess in there. Like, that is just gross. Basically what I have lined them with is a whole load of compees. I think that there is about probably 10 to 20 compees across each of the shoes to make them wearable, and they're still not really that wearable at all. They're still quite uncomfortable, and it's because of a lot of things that they're not wearable. So what I didn't realise when I was trying these on in the shop was that these little bits here are just very subtly elasticated. I'm not really sure why, because I don't really feel like this makes any difference to how secure these are when they're on your feet, and I'll tell you more about that later. But what happens with this elastic is that it feeds into the leather of the shoe. It creates a bump that sits either side of your foot and just digs into the bone of your foot. There's no rubbing whatsoever. It doesn't rub in any way, shape or form, and I think that that's what people got confused with when I talked about these on my Snapchat. There was no rubbing, it was literally like a pressure point into the bone of your little toe and into the side of your foot. So that's the first one, and that's why I've got these compees either side, to try and cushion that hardness that digs into your foot, just to sort of smooth it out. I mean, it's worked a little bit, but it's still not great. The second part as to why these shoes are in this category is this strap. Now, it wraps really nicely around your leg and it's just so flattering. But unfortunately, this strap is the only thing securing your foot to the shoe, and it doesn't do it very well. You basically have to have this strap cutting off the blood supply to your foot in order to keep this secure, and as your feet swell, that becomes very uncomfortable, and to the point where you literally think, hold on a minute, am I gonna lose a leg? Then we have to get onto the fabric. Now, I know that patent can be quite delicate, but obviously when it comes to my Valentinos, they've been absolutely fine. Unfortunately, both of the toes of these Dior shoes have been scuffed, and I've probably worn these 4 times maximum because that's all my feet have been able to take, and they are just really badly scuffed, which is such a shame. So for £750 they don't wear well either. So I'm not gonna lie, and I'm not gonna tell you that I don't regret buying these shoes, because I do. I regret spending that amount of money on them, especially when I can't wear them as much as I wanted to. These were gonna be my comfy heels, and yet they are probably one of the most uncomfortable heels that I've ever owned. So yeah, I'm not getting the cost per wear that I thought that I was going to get from them, but looks wise I still love them, and I live in hope that one day I'm going to put them on and they are going to miraculously be comfortable, but unless I have some kind of like foot amputation or something, that's just never going to happen. So there you have it. That's 2 of my favourite designer shoe purchases and 2 of my least favourite designer shoe purchases. I really hope that you found this video informative, and I'm always trying to find ways to give you guys reviews of products that I've bought and what I genuinely think, because I don't want you guys to make the same mistakes that I make. As usual, I have popped any links to the products that I've been able to find on the internet in the description box below. So if you were interested in purchasing a comfortable pair of heels like the ones that I've featured in this video, or possibly just flushing some money down the toilet like I've done also, then you will find everything in the description box below. Also in the description box is all of my social media links, so Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, my blog, it's all down there. So if you wanted to have a rummage or just come and follow me on any of my platforms, you can do so down below. As usual, I am most active on Snapchat. So if you did want to come over and follow me there, I have popped my code on screen for you right now. But if you did like this video and you found it informative, please do give it a thumbs up. And whilst you're down there, please hit the subscribe button as well. Other than that, I will see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!